The beast is awake, orange, black, and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, everything day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle drippin' heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fit it. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle drippin'. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feastin' now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it till the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipple. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 1,884 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Help me get to 2,000. Go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So we're having Bengal Who Day Brew Days today, which I think I messed the name of my show up, but it'll be down at the bottom here. My boy Dale Altman and I, my seat neighbor, will be on here every Tuesday. So if you want to make sure your comment gets read, give us a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, this show is brought to you by the delicious tasting Jackpot Joey beer. If you guys haven't got any, you need to get some. All right, let's get to some business here real quick here. I sent a invite out to a whole bunch of people, created a actual event for next Sunday. I've said it here a couple times. We're going to RJ Cinema. It is right next to Jungle Gyms in Eastgate. Now, this is the interesting thing. I was talking to Maddie, and I thought that he was going to raffle off a beer, a glass of Jackpot Joey beer for the first 50 people that showed up. I thought you'd get a ticket. No, he's literally giving 50 free draft beers of Jackpot Joey. So get there early. First 50, you get a free beer. What's better than that? Anyway, so make sure you guys check that out. Let's get to the chat crew here. What's up there, everybody? Joe, what's going on? I got to get to, let's see, a stranger. You're always first. What's up, stranger? There and there. Cole's in there. Brad's in there. My boy Greg is in there. Hoss, you're always there. William, Crip, what's going on? All right, guys, let's get to the reason you all are here, and that is for the one, the only. I got this. Got two things going on at once. Dale Altman. What up, buddy?
No one's here for me, but thank you for that.
Everybody's always here for you.
Who day, everybody?
Who day, brother? Who day? All right, man. So, I got to get this off my chest because, for like 2 years, Cowhead was always ripping the Bengals, and saying how terrible they were and Joe Burrow isn't that good. And I think he compared him to Josh Rosen or something like that, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so yesterday, he had this to say on the show.
Have great.
All right, so shout out to Josh from Who Day Nation. He's the one that clipped that up for me, so I appreciate that. But I don't disagree with what he's saying, Dale. I mean, you can't play from behind, and that's what they've done the last 2 weeks.
It affects your running game. It affects everything. Like, I see a lot of people's been down on Mixon. It's like, well, he's not breaking. But Mixon is more one of those guys, the more he gets going, the better he performs. And being behind every week, and it becomes predictable when we're going to run, especially a lot of times, when we're going under center lately. So there's a lot of things. It's all kind of pieces together. We were talking about this before the show. There's a lot of things to fix, but a lot of them pieced together. The line has to play better. The Joe Mixon, the running game has to get going, but you got to have a better game plan for him. You can't be behind every game. Burrow's got to be comfortable in the pocket, and he's not at all.
I mean,
so,
I said this. I think I said this on the show with Cap yesterday. I told my son this after the first half. I said, "There's not one part of this first half that I can say that the Bengals were better than the Cowboys at. None of it. That first half was awful. We had missing assignments on the offensive line. The defense. I'm sorry, you give up 2 scoring touchdowns to a team who didn't score anything the week before. You give them back-to-back scoring drives to open the game up
with Cooper Rush.
with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know the play calling. I'm not saying that the play calling was great, but I get so tired of everybody saying, "Oh, it's this." No, it's not this one thing. There's so many other things that are wrong, and that's the entire coaching staff. That's the team. That's everybody. They all got to get better. They got to do it quick, dude, because you got the Jets this week, then you got a short week, and then Miami. You either can really quickly get to be 2-2, or you can really quickly be 0-4, and your season be over. So
even 1-3, Jeff, is going to be tough, in my opinion.
Right. Yes, they need to win both these games. These 2 are crucial games for our season.
Yeah. I'm hoping they go out and make a statement against the Jets, but I mean, look at what the Jets did and the momentum they're carrying into this game. And they beat us last year with Mike White. I think there's a lot of keys to this Jets game, but people are probably still pissed about this most recent game against Dallas, and that's fine. So we'll kind of talk however everybody else wants to talk, but we can Jets preview maybe later. But
one more thing I want to bring. I got one more video that this one shocks me because I usually agree with
Jason Whitlock.
Yeah, I usually agree with them. Most time I do agree with a lot of stuff he says. But for him to turn this quickly on Joe Burrow, just watch.
Love TJ's take of Joe Burrow perhaps being overvalued. And, we all love the Joe Namath aspect of Joe Burrow. He he's got all the swag. He dresses for the walk-in runway. You throw on some jewelry. You got him pictured with the cigar. And I got to say this. If he were black, we may have been quicker to call out the BS.
I think that's right.
Around Joe Burrow, that he's kind of full of himself. And TJ, you kind of opened my eyes in real time, like, maybe I got the wrong narrative here on Joe.
Then he follows it up and tweets this out. Joe Burrow might be a high-class Josh Rosen. Burrow is a bit woke, chasing social media fame, and is certainly full of himself. Reevaluating my Joe Burrow position. Stay tuned. That's ridiculous, dude. I mean, last year he's the toast of the town. How quickly? yes, he's played like garbage. He has not played good. He has not been jackpot. He's been Joe Burrow.
I hope Joe Burrow shows up in a fur coat in New York with a cigar in his mouth, fucking iced out as can be, and
Exactly.
literally just like a big old "fuck you, Jason Whitlock" on his fucking shirt underneath. Like,
Yeah, just like
poke that bear. I'm telling you, it's
I keep saying.
it's still a fucking bear.
I love the Greg here, Burrow chasing media fame. Seriously, he hates it. He doesn't even like coming up and taking pictures with people. I mean, it's one of the most uncomfortable things he's done. He doesn't go on a lot of shows. He doesn't give interviews. Trust me, I've tried. I've asked him.
And as two white men, we're not supposed to talk about race, but that's such a bullshit answer. And like the other guy there talking about it, just like, yep. See, I told you. Like that guy's the one provoking that shit more than Whitlock from what I saw of
nothing
it.
To do with
like,
it. That race has nothing to do with it. I don't care what. I mean, because he's comparing him to Josh Rosen, and that tweet. Josh Rosen, I played one, got drafted by the Cardinals, played 1 year, and then they hurt him, got rid of him, and drafted Kyler Murray. So don't give me this. You know, you say this one thing and then you compare it to the other thing. It's not the same thing. Joe, let's be honest. Joe Burrow has not been playing like jackpot. I mean, he did in that drive. And that last to tie the game up, that was jackpot Joey Burrow. He was running around, making plays. I mean, that first down, I think it was the fourth down conversion to T. Higgins. I mean, he's running out of the pocket and throwing it in stride and hitting him right there. That's the Joe Burrow we all know and love. That's the Joe Burrow I think we're going to see coming up against the Jets because that drive looked a lot better. Now, I know we went 3 and out in the last one, and, you know, I can't explain a whole lot about that one other than that one sucked, and I wish we would have scored. But I think he's going to bounce back. I just want everybody to keep talking because they talked a lot last year, and the Bengals didn't, and look what happened.
I'd rather be the underdog. That's what I mean. Like, in the Super Bowl hangover thing, I know that's something people talk about, and it's a hard thing to describe because you can't, like, point to why that is.
It's
but
just, like I'll go back to what Cal had said. I kind of agree. I do agree with what he's saying. You've got basically a whole new offensive line. You got one guy left from last year. Not Jonah Williams played like ass. I don't think he played very good. La'el Collins did. Our two tackles did not play good. But you got all 5 new guys. Joe Burrow, basically, with him out with the appendix, La'el Collins out with the back injury. They had 3 weeks of just practice. That's all they had. The most legitimate one they had was against the Rams. So, I mean, I've never played NFL offensive line. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it takes a little while for your offensive line to get cohesive, and it takes a little while for your quarterback to get comfortable with them, you know?
Chat's moving, but I like Greg's comment there early about coming out in like a no huddle.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like, you know, when we talk about like, you know, the play calling or whatever, you got to mix things up. Like I said, I want to see Chase in the fucking backfield. I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot. Good thing it's Ice Brew days.
It's Ice Brew days.
So Chase in the backfield, and then you can move him back to the line or back and, like, you know, maybe a handoff here or a screen pass to Chase, you know, out of the backfield. Tyler Boyd on an end around. I feel like there's so many things you can do to open this up. You've got to be creative because what we're doing right now is not working. But, yes, the short pass game is going to be key. Like, as he was saying, like, that's one of my keys to the game for the Jets already. Screens, dump-offs, slants, quick hitters, all that. You got to have.
That's one thing. The slants, they got to get those. Those, I think, are going to be there with or without the offensive line working. And I do agree that we have not done that enough. We're trying to they want to take deep shots. I understand that. They're not giving them to you. You got to take the slants, and you got to try to run the ball. That'll open the rest of it up.
Even some of the slants we're getting are like 15 yards downfield.
Right.
We need some of the just boom, 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 get the ball in Chase's hands, and maybe he
just
bust one, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if you look at the remember the game, the Kansas City game where we were at home, the 2 long runs that Chase had, they weren't long passes. They were short passes. He turned them into big gains. Yep. So, I mean, that's the stuff where, you know, and let's be honest, Jamar hasn't broken a lot of tackles. I mean, he hasn't. And I'll keep saying
the more opportunities,
right,
the more, you know, like I put the ball in that guy's hands. Like, he's proven how much of a weapon he is. You've got to get him the ball.
Exactly.
But I think Boyd too. Boyd is good on reverses and things. Like, you got to
get the ball into playmakers' hands. That has to happen. I mean, but again, the key, and I'll just keep banging this drum. The key is that, and I hate talking about offensive line because I was hoping to God we weren't going to talk about that this year. But that's the biggest thing to me.
Can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it, and that's the part. Like I was saying again, where people keep coming at saying it's play calling. It's the damn offensive line. That's the biggest problem. That was the biggest problem last year. Now, if they go and the offensive line is cohesive and we're not a prolific offense, then yes, then we can say it's play calling and we got to change something for sure. But I do think they do need to open it up. I do agree with you. I like the rolling out, starting at fat. Hell, like somebody said in the chat, start out no huddle and let's just go get them.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do something different. Throw wrinkles in. That's what I mean. Like, and then you can settle back into your normal stuff, you know. But we're getting off to these slow starts. We've got to throw in some wrinkles that get us off to a better start offensively.
Now, I like this with Haas comment. He said Hurst has earned a bigger role, in my opinion. To be honest, I said it was an upgrade. I think he's had 5 catches in the last 2 games, like 5 catches per game. I think that's what it is. I mean, now one thing I will say this, that seam route, if the Cowboys didn't read it, he was gone, where he got almost knocked out. But that was, I mean, that was a really good thrown ball, but they just made a play on it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Hurst for sure over the middle. But that's another, I want to see Chris Evans because like a little more also because you can have those little dump off passes to him over the middle.
Yes.
And then he's got that little wiggle in his game that maybe he breaks something like, and Mixon can do it too, but we just can't line up under center and hand the ball off, you know, 90% of the time when we're under center. So I don't know if we need to go 4 wide even. Like,
well, I like the 2 tight end set to get more guys in there to protect Burrow for right now.
Well, Drew Sample couldn't do it. I know he's injured now, but good Lord, that man did not look good when he played the first 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
He hasn't. Jonah or Greg here says, has Jonah Williams earned your trust at left tackle? None of them have. None of them have. I'm not going to single out anybody. Even my boy. I mean, I say my boy Ted Karras. I think he's played pretty good. I think Kappa's played pretty good. But the 2 tackles.
Bolson had a good game. Yes,
for a rookie. Yes, it's our tackles have got to get better.
It's been a lot of the opposite of last year. Jonah was looking solid, and then we had Riley Reef for the first half of the year. Even Prince filled in pretty admirably for him. And the interior was the problem. You know, we saw that in the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald just went wild from the interior. But this year, it kind of seems to be the opposite. We're headed in the opposite direction. I don't know what's happened with Jonah Williams because he's regressing.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. I thought this was his year to like really take a step and be like potential.
Collins hasn't even looked that good. I mean,
no, not at all.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm like, I don't know. Let me get my boy here. Capo, I'm telling you, 75%. He's been telling me this all week. He says, I've been telling you 75% of the sacks this season are on Joe, which I don't agree with Chandler. I think I think Joe has to get rid of the ball more sometimes. Get rid of the ball faster. You know, so yes, there's somebody's holding on to the ball too long. He had at least one guy open in a lane to scramble out of the pocket 75% of the time. Like he's done a video of it, and apparently he's got it sent to me on Snapchat, but I can't send it. You got to send it to me like before the show starts, dude. Like,
Good job, Chandler. You screwed that up.
I mean,
but no, I mean,
I'll put it up on the channel later.
There is certainly, and I mean, even this, like the people that do this for a living have pointed out that more of the sacks have been on Joe than anybody else. But it's not 75% that they've tracked. But at the same point in time, yes, he holds on to the ball too long. I think that's also part of just he's used to the rush coming and getting hit so much now that he's antsy in the pocket. Like we've seen that with Palmer, like we've seen that with Dalton.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You have to feel comfortable back there at quarterback that you're not going to get blasted every play. Otherwise, you're going to start playing like that. And that's why
there's times where Joe doesn't. It's not like Jackpot. He's playing like I keep saying. He's playing like Joe Burrow, not Jackpot. He's not recognizing the schemes right away. Because there's times where I think he could get rid of the ball faster. You know, because if you watch the Buffalo game last night, Josh Allen, he had a cleaner pocket than Joe ever had. 2, he's getting rid of the ball quick most of the time. That's the thing. It's like sometimes you got to go 1, 2, 3, boom, the ball is out. You know, and I haven't really seen Joe do that this year, to be honest. Greg said a quote, and I have no idea. Why is Evans not involved? I don't know, Greg. I would like Chris Evans to be involved more. I don't know.
Well, and Dax Hill on the defensive side, you know, those were 2 of the guys that looked the best in the preseason. And yes, we're wondering like, hey, is the lack of preseason snaps for a lot of these guys part of the slow start to the season? I mean, James, that's what it seems like. Like,
let's see here. Ray, only two linemen are playing decent, good to good. Yeah, Paris Campbell. Yeah, I agree.
Volson at least
Volson's a rookie.
PFF score wise played
Yeah.
good, and I didn't notice anything in the game, but I was surprised that like some of his PFF was as high as it was because I just figured, well, he probably didn't have as good as a game as it seemed. But I didn't see any obvious mistakes or anything that was called out for Volson this week compared to the first week.
Yeah, now there's one play where most of the rush, I don't think it was coming up the middle. Most of it was coming from the outside. Now, there's one play that drove me nuts, and I can't remember where the play went. I just remember Hayden Hurst running by a blitzer coming right at Joe Burrow, and he didn't chip him. He didn't do anything. He just ran. I'm like, how are you missing the guy? I mean, I don't understand how you miss a guy running at your quarterback to not chip him, or that's the thing. It's missing assignments after missing assignments. I don't, Natty. I don't know. I don't think the teams are caught up to the Bengals. It's the Bengals. It's all the mistakes the Bengals are making. That's the thing. It's not. I don't think it's that
you block a little better, you run a little better, you pass a little better. We're rolling again.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's not to me. And maybe I'm like I said, maybe I'm looking at it through orange-colored sunglasses. But from what I've seen, I rewatched the game twice. It's the mistakes on the Bengals, not what the other teams are doing. And it's Joe not. I don't think Joe has confidence in what he's seen. Because he's not whipping the ball out there as fast as he used to do. Greg here. Has Bates proven to you at all he should be paid like a top safety? After 2 games? No.
No, but he had a slow start last year, and then like the way he stepped up later in the season, especially the playoffs, that's what had that conversation. That's why I just wish they could have worked out a deal, but that's that whole agent bullshit and everything else that went down.
Right.
Because, I mean, he said it. Oh, it bothered me last year. He was saying that last year. He's not saying it this year, but he's playing like it's bothering him.
Yeah, I mean, now this one thing I don't. Where's that? William here. So, it would be like Tom Brady yelling at my offensive line. I guess you're saying you want Burrow to yell at them like Tom Brady does. I don't think Burrow. That's in Burrow's. I don't think he screams that. I think he trusts him. I think he's talking to him, but I don't know.
You don't want to completely lose them either.
Right. How do the Bengals fix the problems? I don't know. You got to stop making mistakes. I mean, quit having missing assignments.
Question.
Yeah. I mean, if I knew that, I would be Zach Taylor.
I do think it starts with the offensive line.
Yes.
And between communication and just honestly, at some point, y'all got to go out there and be pissed off from the start of the game and be like, our quarterback's not going to get hit. Like, where's La'el Collins with, wanting to be a bodyguard? That shit has not happened at all.
No,
man, you've been a freaking turnstile instead of a bodyguard. Get your shit together, bruv.
I'm sorry. He's looking more like Bobby Hart. I'm sorry. He is.
He does not look good. And, it could be injury. Like, we know he was injured during training camp, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. We can't have you out there. Like, to not even attempt, like, that was the worst one. Parsons, right there on the corner. Parsons, their best player. And you don't even, like, attempt to be like, hey, we need to block this
the same guy.
Like, it felt like Kappa during the rep was like, what the hell are you doing?
Like, why are you here? You're supposed to be over there. That's what it looked like. Like, oh, what's going on? Now, Terry here, he said penalties are coming in the most inopportune times. Like, we're at, 3rd and long, 1st and 15. I mean, that's one thing. I know Cowhead said, the penalties aren't that bad, but compared to last year, we were one of the least penalized teams, in the league. And I don't know where we're at right now, but I think we're getting more penalties than we did at the beginning of last year. At least it seems like
I will
it anyway.
say Joe's getting more of those calls when he gets hit than he was last year. Like, I feel like the penalties hasn't necessarily been the reason that we've lost. I feel like they've kind of evened out over a game. It's just been execution, too. Like last year, that Vikings game, we could have easily lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got lucky that was a fumble with Cook, and we won that one.
We had
then
that
the
Bears.
But, I mean, we still were set up to lose that game
mm-hmm.
in overtime. Like,
John here said, I like the rhythm we had in the comeback. We have to start playing 4 quarters.
That's been both weeks.
It's been both weeks.
We
We
played
got
good
up to-
second halves.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's. I hate to say flat because I hear that's the Marvin Lewis errors. We just came out flat. We just came out flat. I don't know if they came out flat. They weren't prepared. I mean, I don't know. And I hate to say it because I know they prepare all week. So that's the thing. It's like they just get into the game and just flat forget what they're supposed to do, or what's going on.
This may be the stupidest take of all time, and I've hated to say it, but I've been thinking it since that picture of the receivers on the sideline. They just don't look like they're having fun out there playing football. They just don't. Like, I know that's a stupid, like, oh, they're having fun. That's no reason to lose games. But I feel like when you're having fun, you're enjoying ball. Like, it's not a job at that point, and everybody's, like, in a rhythm and a cohesion.
Wow.
Like,
sorry, I'm looking at this comment for Edwards. He's like, we're not fixing anything to the offseason. Holy crap. I hope to God you're wrong.
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. And that gives me hope about the offensive line. These guys are good. I mean, we just said the interior line of the offensive line is playing better. They're playing pretty good. It's the tackles. You got to get Jonah Williams and you got to get Lyle Collins. You got to get them playing better. So, I mean, and if you look in that drive when the 8-minute drive or whatever it was to tie the game, I don't really think Joe got touched. I don't think he got sacked. I mean, I know he rolled out a couple of times and started looking like jackpot, but
yeah, I agree with a lot of these guys. When you win, you have fun. I know. Yeah. But like last year, it seemed like they were never. I mean, this is just my opinion. It seemed like on the sideline, they never fell out of it. They were all pumped, ready. Everyone was up on the sideline. Now they're all sitting down. They're all like, fuck, what's going to go wrong next? Type of thing. Like,
you can't have that get in your head. You can't have that.
Like, that's just my opinion of, like, body language and stuff on the sidelines, whereas last year seemed totally different.
Here's Dale Ramsey, another guy who sits in section 158. So.
Yeah, Dale, I was just talking about that. Dale, you must have just joined right when I finished talking about it. But, yeah, like, where's he at? Like, that's what I said. He's just in a revolving door instead of actually protecting anybody.
Now, this is scary. He said Prince played better than Collins is playing now. He did.
I mean, he was,
I think Lyle is more talented and a better player. And I think he's going to play better. But the thing is, and I'm not trying to panic anybody because everybody watching me. I try to be.
Whatever you're hitting, you're about to break. Man, gosh, you're aggressive right now. Not trying to panic anybody. But
we got to win the next 2 games. We need to win them, dude. Because I'm like, seriously, it's like it's a short week. You got Sunday, and then you play Thursday. You could quickly be 0-4. I want to be 2-2 at least, and we should be. These are winnable games. The Jets got Joe freaking Flacco. I know
every game's been winnable, right? Like,
yeah, every game has.
Trubisky, Cooper Rush, like, so we can't overlook it. Like,
right,
we can't overlook it.
No, and that's the thing. It's like, do you think the Bengals are out there going, these guys are going to roll over? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is where I think
they just went into Cleveland and beat Cleveland on a hell of a comeback. Now they're at home, and they beat us last year on their home field when we were cooking. Like, we were playing good ball when we played them.
Right.
Mike
Hoss right, last season. Last season we had a slow start. We did, but I think we started out 3-0 last year too. At least 2-0. Yeah, we won. These games are a lot like last year, but we won them. The problem is we didn't win these 2.
Yeah, as simple as that is, John, I kind of agree with it. We have to want it more. Like these, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's like me saying they're not having fun, but it.
Ray McDonald says that one play, he was just like Bobby Hart thought it was bad for a top right tackle. That one play, like I don't have the video anymore, but I had a Bobby Hart where is in Miami game where he just went like this.
There you go.
And that's what Collins about here is. Oh, you go that way. I'm gonna go this way. All right, you go get him. Okay.
Like the man literally rolled out a fucking red carpet.
Christ.
Like,
what I say? Don't get me wrong, people. They're all fixable. Everything is fixable. It's a lot to fix.
But that's what I was kind of mentioning earlier, Fiji. Yes, we could have easily been 0-2 last year. I mean, shoot, at one point we were 7-6 or something like that midway through the season. Mm-hmm. So, we just got to get hot. The guys got to get clicking. The line, if the line gels, I really think that fixes a lot of our problems.
I do too. That's my thing. And again, I keep holding out hope that this line is more talented than last year's line. I mean, these guys have been there, done that. So we'll see. Roy Flushcherry, he said, outside of Pittsburgh, and the Ratbirds last season, I can't remember when we played a full 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Well, we dropped 40 on both of them, so.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the Titans, maybe, but, I mean, we just got sacked a lot for 4 quarters, but we hung in there the whole game. The Chiefs, yeah, that was a second half comeback type of game. So maybe the Titans, the Raiders was also like, I wouldn't like it. I feel like we played 4 quarters. Those are just close games. They're playoff games.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I think in the National Football League, every game is close. I mean, you have your teams that they say are quote unquote awful, but any given Sunday, you can win or you can lose. Natty here goes, would you pick up Jonah's 5th-year option?
I think they already did.
They did. You're right. They did. Actually, I just say they did. So, yeah, they already did. They picked it up this year.
He's here for next year. So
yeah. And the thing is, well, to be honest, as far as cap goes, they need this offensive line to work because they can't go out and spend any more money on the offensive line. They got to go spend money on Joe Burrow. They got to go spend money on T. Higgins. They got to go spend money on Jamar Chase.
And
that's where the money's got to go.
Rookie Volson needs to work out too on that rookie, 4th-round contract.
Right.
Because they've got the Collins contract, the Kappa contract. Karras' contract's not that bad, but he is looking like a steal because he's playing so good. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, Karras and Kappa both I think are
Jonah needs to work out. Jonah needs to get his shit together and work out. Like, yes,
we needed to. All right, Zach here. Even though the lineman who we had last year isn't ideal, why not make a change?
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at that picture, man. That is a good one. That is a good picture.
And try to fix something. We have guys that couldn't hurt. I'm not there yet because my son said that too, and I'm like,
it's so tough when they were rotating. I didn't like the rotation.
And you paid these guys for a reason. There's a reason they're here. So you got to give them a chance. I wouldn't. Like I said, these next 2 weeks are crucial. I wouldn't start changing a whole lot of stuff. I would get Chris Evans in. I would get Dax Hill in. That's about it. I get those 2 in. But as far as the offensive line, I wouldn't change it because you got to get this together. And then
who are you going to put in for Jonah? Who are you going to put in for Jonah?
The thing is, we're already saying they're not communicating right now with the 5 guys that are in there now. So you want to take one of them out and put another one in that's trying to communicate. I'm like, we just got to work with the ones that they have right now. Those guys got to get better. We got to ride or die with the glass eaters we have right now.
Yeah, grass eaters because they've been getting their fucking shit kicked in.
Yeah, they're grass eaters, glass eaters. Let's see here. Who we got here? Terry. Let's see. I'm wondering if Collins still has.
I'll be right back.
Oh God.
Hey, it's Ice Brew Days, man. Even on your.
His dog always has to go out. So I'm wondering if Collins still has back complications and not telling us due to this contract. Again, Terry, you might be right. I don't know. I mean, I hope not. But we'll see. Fuji 88. We was 1-1, and Cook fumbled. Are you ready for being? Yeah, last year. Yeah. No, you're right. That's how. Well, I mean, hell, we're 2 field goals from being 2-0 this week or this year. I mean, hell, last week or the week before, the first week, if Dale's best friend Clark Harris doesn't get hurt, we win the game. We'd be 1-1. I could guarantee you we would have won that game. If Clark Harris is in that game, we win that game. I can guarantee you that. The Dallas game, not so much. Right?
Yeah. Clark Harris, we would have won the first game.
Right. So, rally. Let's see. It's right tackle.
Right tackle. Yeah, right tackle problem. Yeah. But Jonah hasn't played good either, Santori. So, I mean,
Leo was awful. And he's got to get better.
I just don't know the solution. Like, is Prince even healthy right now? Because I know he got dinged up before. So is Prince healthy? Is that who you put in? Max Sharping is more of a guard. Yeah, Deontay Smith, is that who you start, who wasn't even looking good against four-stringers really in preseason? That's what I'm saying. I don't see an obvious answer to just change somebody to change them.
That's the thing. That's where I'll go back to what I heard the last 2 years. It's a play calling. It's a play. It's not one damn thing.
It's not.
You know, I mean, we're saying it's the offensive line. That's the biggest thing. But again, last week, like it's Dallas, the defense, they didn't look very good. I mean, we needed them, and let's be honest, the last 2 weeks we needed them to make a stop at the end of the game, and they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, those things have got to happen, and we're not turning the ball over. You know, those things got to change. We're not getting a ton of pressure on the quarterback. Those things got to change. I mean, there's a lot of stuff's got to change.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing Larry O a little bit, and that's not a knock on BJ. I mean, he made a couple good plays, but overall, he's not really been making a major disruption force like he was. And maybe we need Zach Carter to step up. Maybe we need to see what we've got in the guy they picked up from the Jaguars. It's only his second year in the league. I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not going to say it.
Exactly. All right, so I'm tired. Let's move on to the Jets game here. We've kind of beat a dead horse here about it. Now we got the Jets. Now I think it's kind of interesting that we're going to New York back-to-back years. I know that happens, but not very often. Now they made an epic comeback against the Browns, so I thank the Jets for that. That's the other thing frustrating thing that we could be tied, but we're not.
Yeah, we'd be right there at top of the division with just pulling out one of these wins.
But it's Joe friggin' Flacco. I know he balled out, but he hasn't been a good quarterback since he won the Super Bowl in 2014, 13, whatever the hell that was. I don't know.
But their line's playing decent.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a couple decent running backs. They've got some weapons
they're
at wide
beatable.
receiver.
We should beat them.
Well, duh. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, gosh, we can't beat them.
Right.
I'm just trying to give the positives of what they kind of have.
Yeah. I got to give
Their
this positive
defense-
my boy here. Reader has been balling. He is right. BJ Reader is – I want him – I'm going to bang that drum. He should be a Pro Bowler this year, I think.
Yeah, that's that whole sack number thing. We've been talking about that. We talked about that before the season began, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Reader should be a Pro Bowler, but it won't happen because it's all sack numbers and this,
Right.
that, and the other. But
He started if you look at that Cowboys game, he was getting some pressure up the middle.
Yeah, I know, but pressures and run stop percentage and all that doesn't factor in when people vote for this crap. And that's why it's a flawed system. But talent-wise and what he does at 5 Tech, he's a Pro Bowl.
This would be an interesting matchup. Chase versus my boy Sauce. Both of these are my boys. So it's going to be hard for which I don't know if Sauce is going to be in there. I know he got knocked out of the Browns
I
game.
haven't seen that.
So I don't know if he's actually going to play. I haven't heard anything, but I know he did get hurt. He might have got a concussion or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he'll probably be back. I mean, Chase against anybody, as long as Joe has time to throw the ball, there's no one in this league that can stop Chase. Period.
John here says how to beat Flacco. Pressure. Yep,
I
I'm
agree.
calling it. Henderson is going to have a huge game.
But
Henderson's
we
been
need
playing
pressure from the interior is the problem. Whether it's Hubbard or Osai, Jeff, I think we need Hubbard or Osai. We need Henderson. We need all those guys on the field at the same time. And whether it's Sam rushing from the 3 Tech spot or Osai, I don't care. Get those guys on the field.
Well, that's the thing. Is Henderson is not? He's not going to surprise people like he did last year. Just like the Bengals aren't going to surprise people. You know, that's the thing. Everybody's going to be ready for him. They're not going to take him lightly this year. So that's where Sam Hubbard and, like you said, Joseph Osai and Drew Sample, or not Drew Sample, Cam Sample, and all these guys, they got to get pressure on it too. And DJ Reader and BJ, they got to get pressure on it because Sample is going to. Henderson's going to keep getting double teamed. So somebody's going to be open. Somebody's going to be running free, or at least have a single one-on-one.
I could see them coming out and running the ball a lot, though, with Michael Carter, 4th-round pick a year before, and now Breece Hall, I think, was a 2nd-round pick. Like, both those guys didn't have great games against the Browns, but I could see them trying to establish the run against us, which I know we have Reader, but I could see them trying to go outside, trying to pick on, like, if there's one weakness to Henderson's game, it's that. It's, stopping the run a little bit at times, especially when it goes out wide.
This would never happen. The offensive line would be even worse. He said, because maybe we should sit him ice and Dale for the whole line.
Yeah, I mean, I could go in and talk some shit, like try to draw a flag on somebody. I could, like Joey Porter it. I could come on the field and be like, listen here, you little bitch.
Dale be on there with his beer. Hey, that's a flag. What are you doing?
Like, I can talk shit. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, no, our football days are over. So. Let's see. Let me get to Lindsay. She said, I don't think this is even close. She said Uzomah or Hurst. It's Hurst. I think
Well,
Hurst is.
he's not even their starter if he's healthy, like because he's
No.
not been healthy, so there's no guarantee he's playing. But it's been I'm losing the name. Tyler Conklin. And
Yeah.
they also drafted Jeremy Rucker.
Right.
So I mean, I could see him playing though. Like if he's healthy, he'll play, and they'll try to get him the ball at some point.
Oh, yeah. But I still take Hurst over CJ right now. And she said a sample hurt. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
That
haven't
looked
heard-
bad, but I haven't seen an update.
I haven't heard the severity of it. I mean, it looked really bad. I mean, now I was
It looked
curious if
real
that was
bad.
the same knee hurt in preseason. Do you know?
I don't off the top of my head, but
No.
like he had just kind of looked like a step slow, even blocking and stuff. So I think
Well-
he was still, his injury was slowing him down.
Oh, yeah.
So like even if it's like, oh, it wasn't as bad as that looked, dude needs to sit a while and get it healthy. Like
Get healthy. All right, Edwards here. Hubbard, Henderson, Reeder all been playing solid. We have issues in the secondary. Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Little bit.
there was one where I can't remember. I think it was Cheetah Bay, and it was like early in the game. I mean, he is off of the receiver. It looked like, I'm going to exaggerate, 20 yards. It might have been 10.
that's a scheme thing.
Well, he
though.
way. I mean, all I had to do was turn and throw the ball.
I know.
I mean, and you could run 10 yards before Cheeto can even get there. That's I'm like, why is he off so far? That one puzzled me. And like I said, I used to be not a big Lou fan, but I like Lou and Rumor now. So
I think it's just Bates is not playing that great. And I mean, Apple got exposed a little bit that last game. The first game, he seemed to play great. Like we didn't hear about him
One
because
thing-
he was
one
doing
thing
his
Eli did-
job.
he got that one pass interference where I think we stopped on third down, and he got past it. He literally held him the whole way down. Like, dude, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like, let go of him.
Well, and they were picking on him a little bit, you know.
Yeah, they were.
Early in that game when they really needed to play. It seemed like they were going to him. I thought Mike Hilton played a good game overall. Cheeto, I thought played better than the first week, but
Yeah. Oh, Hilton had 2 almost picks. Oh, if he gets there, that's
yeah,
the thing.
those were a little tough though.
They were
Like,
tough, but dude, if he gets there, that changes
know.
the game.
well, Hubbard, if we want to talk about, he should have had a pick. Hubbard had the one, but
Oh,
then
he
he
was right in his
came
hands.
back the next play and gets a sack. So we
Right.
still got off the field and everything, but
And that's
field
one thing, Hubbard,
position-wise,
I think Hubbard's been getting more pressure on the quarterback this year than he did last year. At least it
has.
seems like it. He's getting off the ball quicker, I think.
I agree.
All right, Terry.
And some of his run stops have been really impressive, like 5-6 yards in the backfield in big
Right.
moments.
All right, Terry said the Jets' strength on defense is their interior line. They will try to go straight up the middle and blitz with the linebackers near every down. Which that
I
I'm
didn't
okay.
think it was actually though. Like, I thought that's kind of been their weakness. Like the Browns ran right up the middle on them. I mean, I know that's Nick Chubb and he's a special.
Yeah,
talent,
I'd have to go
but
watch. I'd have to go back and watch the Browns.
They
I
ran
didn't
up
watch
the
it.
middle a lot on him because I, mean,
I actually might
Quentin-
do that.
Quentin Williams is decent, but the other guys they play, which Solomon Thomas and Nathan Shepard, they play them a lot at the other spot at D tackle, and those guys you can run on. And then Lawson, like, you know, as a pass rusher, but he's never been like a great run stopper. And then John Franklin Myers is their other D lineman. That's more of a D tackle, but they've been playing at the end. I think we can run on them, but I still think I'd start the game passing the ball
Oh, yeah, I would.
and open up the run.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying go deep. I'm taking quick slant plays, get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and let's go.
Surgical
Yes.
drive down the
Get
field
that, yeah,
right off
get
the
that
bat.
going. We're going to take what you're going to give us, and then we're going to go bust you open deep. William here says defense can't sack the quarterback. Now, that's true, but if you look at how quickly Cooper Rush was getting the ball out, I mean, they were getting hits on him, but the ball was gone. So, I mean, that they were getting pressure on him. Just they weren't. You're correct. They were not getting there fast enough to sack him, but he was getting the ball out so dang fast. And everybody keeps going. Cooper Rush was so good. Cooper Rush really had 2 really good drives, and that was it. You know, he didn't really do a whole lot the rest of the game, to be honest. It's just the Bengals offense couldn't do anything. to really get back in the game. Well, they did, but not soon enough, I would say.
Hey, can we congratulate our buddy Bengals and Bourbon Matt? I was looking to see about the Bobby Hart suspension. When suspended one game, I thought maybe he was doing PEDs, Santori. But then in that group chat, Matt's accepting his new job, working for Fitness Doctor of Ohio. So congratulations, Matt.
Yeah, all right.
Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, see, Matt, are you even watching the show? I haven't seen you comment. Oh, it was a group chat.
Probably not.
That's awesome. See, I know they're too busy talking to each other, and they could be talking to us right now. Like, sheesh. God, whatever.
They're not giving you your views.
I know. What's up with that?
No love, man. And me on here too. Neither
Yeah,
of us.
I know.
No love.
Some friends they are. Freaking
You
misfits.
get no love. All right, Ice. We've done about 50 minutes. Anybody got any rapid fire questions in the chat, or we're done?
We out.
Ice Brew Days.
Ice
And
Brew
don't
Days.
forget, first 50 people get a Jackpot Joey beer.
Yeah. let me get-
Eastgate, right by Jungle Gyms in Eastgate. I will be there.
I'll be there.
My
Let me
wife will be there.
Put this up here real quick.
This guy will be there.
So there you go. That's the outside of it. That's the inside. So nice leather cushiony seats. You can jump up and down and run around there. Big ass TV screen. And ice cold Jackpot Joey beer on tap. And it's delicious. If you've not had it on tap, which Dale hasn't had a chance to have
I
it
haven't
yet.
had it at all. I live down here, and
Yeah, well, you better get
BFB.
that. First 50. So again, first 50 people that show up there get a glass of delicious Jackpot Joey beer. Let's see
anybody
here.
want to come hang out with us? Like, I won't be creepy. Iceman might.
I'm never creepy. I'm always nice.
I won't be.
Let's get the Capos here real quick. If we don't have the lead in the fourth quarters on Sundays, we are going to lose. See, my
I
son's
mean, one thing about the Raven
Yeah, I know.
Jet, Chandler.
my son is you're getting too depressed. Let's just calm down. That's what I was telling him last night. Let's just calm down.
One win. We need one
One win.
this Sunday, and then we'll go from there.
Jeez. I like that. How many sacks will Henderson have on Sunday? I say two.
2.
Boom. Hey, that's right. Ice got Dangerfield. Yeah, my own group chat. Yes, I did. I got no respect. Get no respect.
No,
Oh, reality check. Get out. Son, you're fired.
you're fired. You're fired from being your son.
I don't know. I just said, get out of here.
What are you going to
Oh,
fire him from?
Oh no, he's just saying stuff to irritate me now. All right. Anyway, I think we're going to end this thing. Anything you want to say before we end this thing?
Nah, man. Let's keep the faith. It's only after 2 weeks, but hey, if we blow this one to the Jets, I'll be on here bitching louder than anyone. All right.
Absolutely.
Be
brother.
honest.
I will be depressed. I mean, if we lose to the Jets, yeah,
I held it together for 2 losses in a row. I can't do it for 3.
That could be good. That could be good. Anyway, brother, who day?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. No, we're speaking into this existence. We're going to win. So
Victory
this is
Tuesday next
every
week.
Tuesday. Ice Brew Days. Me and my seat neighbor Dale. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Dale, I'll see you Sunday, and we're gonna have a blast. Who day?
Who day?
All right, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Like I said, Dale's one of my best friends. He's a great dude, and we got to win Sunday. We have to win Sunday. All right. Let's see the Facebook groups that let me live stream it. I appreciate every single one of them. They're Who Day Nation, Who Day Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling off. I probably won't pull a sound off. I keep saying it. I never do it. But I do have some of these old shows on the podcast. You can check that out. But YouTubers, I'm at 1,884 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you trying to help me to get to 2,000. Again, make sure you guys show up next Sunday to RJ Theater, Eastgate, next to Jungle Gyms. We're going to have a Jackpot Joey Bengal watch party. First 50 people get a free beer. What could be better than that? Plus halftime rejoice and Jackpot Joey stuff. Going to have a great time. And other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!